Welcome, everybody. It's Mac here, and we are working on proportion problems, word problems, and we're going to do practice C. That means there was an A and a B before this. If you haven't found it, just go to maxtutorials.com, and from there, and you can see it right on the bottom of your screen there. Go to that, and you'll see an entire course of algebra. You can find anything you need there. You can work out problems. You can get practice sheets. You can watch me do videos and all that. So just hit that like and subscribe button on this video, and that would really help me out to keep more of these coming for all you guys. Okay, you can be good at math. Word problems. I know we hate them, but watch me go through them. These are also really important because they happen later on. If you take a physics class, if you take a chemistry class, these unit conversions do happen quite a bit. So this isn't something that you just learn in algebra and let go. You're going to keep doing this forever. Okay? Well, at least for when you take these classes. What is the speed in feet per second? Well, I have miles to minute and I want feet per second. Let's do time first because we're all used to time. And I want to get it in the seconds, but I'm in minutes. So I'm going to go minutes on top and I'm going to go seconds on bottom. And I know there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Now, why did I do that? Because look at my corners, minutes and minutes, they cancel out. So now I've got my seconds. That's cool. Now I got to turn miles into feet. Well, I know how to do that. So I don't know what I did there. Times. Now I'm going to go miles on the bottom because I want to do that, right? That's why. And I'm going to go feet. And I know there are 5,280 feet inside of 1 mile. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and do some math. Now, are you allowed to reduce? The answer is yeah, you absolutely are. So whatever it's like, you could turn this into 1 and you can turn that into a 9. I just reduce the fraction. Anything that makes it a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to get 9 times, and that's 5,280. And that's going to give me a 47,520 divided by 60, which is going to be 792 what? Look here. What's left over? What's not crossed out? Feet per second, which is what we wanted. Okay? Let's go to number 2. A cheetah ran 1,500 meters in 75 seconds. Seriously? 1,500 meters? That's a lot. Okay? In 75 seconds. Now I want to put meters, and I want to put, usually we just use M for meters. I'll just put an M. Do it normal. You could do whatever works for you. All right? And we want to get the kilometers per hour. Let's do time first because that's usually the one of the easier ones. And I can tell this is going to be a long one. Here's why. Can I go seconds in the hour? Not really. Okay. We could do some math in our head to get there, but let's go step by step. I can go seconds to minutes, and then after that, I can go minutes to hours. Okay, because now watch what happens. Boom, 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 boom. And now I'm left with my hours, which is what I want. Okay, well, let's think about it. It's 60 seconds in 1 minute, and it's 60 minutes in the 1 hour. So those are the conversions I had to do to get to there. Now I want to get meters in the kilometers. Okay, well, I want meters on the bottom, and I want kilometers on top. That's fine. And if you learn, kilometer is the big one. There's 1,000 meters inside of it. So I'm going to put 1,000 here, and I'm going to put inside of 1 kilometer. All right, well, let's do a bunch of math here. So I'm going to get 1,500 times 60 equals 5,400,000. And there are tricks to use in a calculator to make this go a little bit easier, but that might be for another day. Okay. Right now, I just want you to get used to how we do the problems. That becomes 75,000. And then once you go ahead and you plug in 5,400,000, which I'm doing not in your site, I apologize. But it's just going to make the video easier. Your answer is just a simple 72 kilometers per what? Sorry, I forgot to do this part. Boom, boom. Kilometers per hour, which is what the problem wanted us to do. Number 3, a faucet leaks 3 cups every 2 minutes. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it sounds like a lot. 3 cups over 2 minutes. All right. How many gallons in 1 hour? Well, now I got to go cups to gallons and all that. So here we go. I don't have a cup to gallon, but I do have a cup to quart. So I'm going to go cup to quart here. And I do have a quart to gallon. So I want quart down there and I want gallon up there. Let's see, minutes, and I want to get that to hours. I know how to do a minute there and an hour there. I did this a little different because I wanted you to see what I do with the conversions. Okay, so if I do that, there are 4 cups in 1 quart, there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon, and there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Now watch this: cups, cups, quarts, quarts, minutes, minutes. Who survives? The gallon and the hour. What am I looking for? Gallon an hour. That's how we do this. So I'm going to get 180 when I multiply everything on top. And when I multiply everything on bottom, I'm going to get a 32. And when I take my calculator and go 180 divided by 32, I'm going to get 5.625 the gallons per hour. Okay, just check that because we haven't had many decimal answers, so I want to make sure I got this one right. 5.65. Look at that. Hey, I should do some videos on this. Okay, so let's go to a truck traveled for 420 miles in 7 hours. Now I'm going to put my miles and I'm going to put my hours right here. What was its speed in yards per minute? I always like to do the time first because it's usually a little bit easier. We have those. So if I have my hours here and I want to get the minutes, I can do that. 60 minutes in 1 hour. And by doing that, I can cross out my hours. And now I have it in minutes, which is what I want. Okay, now I got to get miles into yards. That one's a little bit harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put miles on the bottom because I know I have to start there because I want to be able to do that. I can go miles in the feet, okay? So I know 5,280 feet is 1 mile. And now I don't want feet though, I want yards. So I'm going to put feet on the bottom and yards on the top. That way my feet cancel out. And it's 3 feet in 1 yard. Now it's just a matter of doing a whole bunch of math. Okay, a couple things that I just noticed though. I see the 7 and the 420. Well, I know right now 7 can go in there once and 70 can go in here 60 times because 7 goes into 42.6. So that makes that a little bit easier. I'll just kind of cross these out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't want it to go too crazy. Okay, and then let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, there's other things I can do. Oh, look at this. 60 minutes and the 60 up top there. So when it's all said and done, it's really just 5280 divided by 3. I don't even really need a calculator for that. So because 3 will go in the 5 once with 2 left over. 3 will go into 22 7 times with 1 left over. 3 will go into 18 6 times and 0 times. And I have my yards per minute. And there we go. All right. A drone flew 2 kilometers in 4 minutes. What was its speed in meters per second? Well, I can go minutes to second because I'll go minutes on top and I'll go seconds here. And I know there's 60 seconds to 1 minute. And look what happens to my minutes. They go away. Okay, so now I've got my seconds, which is what I'm looking for. Now I've got to find meters, all right? Well, I'm going to go kilometers on bottom. Now, if I look at my conversion, I know that I have 1,000 meters inside of 1 kilometer. And go look at your conversion chart. It's right down here, okay, if you need to take a look at that. So feel free to do that. Now I just do the math. So if you take a look right here, the kilometers will cancel out, and I'm left with my meters per second, which is what I want. So I'm just going to go 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000. I'm going to go 4 times 60, which is 240. And when I get 2,000 and I divide it by 240, my calculator tells me I'm going to get 8 1/3 or just 8. Whoop, something happened. Boink. 8.33 meters per second. All right, number 6. A baker used a half a kilogram of flour, 5 kilograms of flour each day for 14 days. How many grams of flour were used altogether? So here's what we're going to do. This one's asking it a little bit differently. The best way to do, we knew we used a kilogram for 14 days. So I just multiply that by 14, which I can. And you know what? Why not? I'm just going to times that by 17. I'm going to times that by 14. And 14 times a half, I hope you see, is 7. So he's going to use altogether 7 kilograms. Now all I have to do is put that into grams and we'll win. All right. So let's times that. Let's go kilograms on the bottom. Let's go grams on top. And if you look at your conversion, you're going to find out that there are 1,000 grams inside of 1 kilogram. Okay, grams are smaller than kilograms. And that's going to give me 7,000 grams when we're all said and done. Boom. Okay? All right, a boat traveled 15 miles in 20 minutes. What was the speed in feet per second? Because that's important to know. Feet per second is great for like a rocket ship, you know, or something like that, because they're going so fast. But man, a boat, that's all right. Okay, so 15 miles in 20 minutes. What's the speed in feet per second? So let's go ahead and do the time first. I'm going to go minutes here and I'm going to go seconds here. And you have 60 seconds inside of 1 minute. Minutes cancel out, and now I'm in seconds, which is what I want. Okay, but now I've got to get it in the feet, and it's in miles. Well, that's okay. We should be really comfortable now doing that. We know that there's 5,280 feet inside of 1 mile, and now it's just a matter of putting it in the calculator, all right? So 15 times 5,280 is going to equal 79,200 over 60 times 20, which is, hold on, I hit a wrong button. 60 times 20 is 1,200. And when you put all that together, you go 79,200 divided by 1,200. Boom, you get 66. 66 what? Boom, boom. Feet per second. Feet per 1 second. That's how that really is said, okay? Or what it really means. Now, let's go here. A machine produces 250 milliliters. Okay, milli means 1,000th. Okay, it's smaller than a liter. Okay, every 5 seconds. How many liters does it produce in 1 minute? Okay, well, let's do the time first. Let's go ahead and go seconds and minutes. And I know there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. Boom, boom. Cool, I got my minute. Yay. All right, now I want to be able to get this in the liters. So I'm going to times this by something that's milliliters on bottom, liters on top. And there are 1,000 milliliters inside of 1 liter. Okay, and so now my milliliters cancel out. And if you look at my terms, I have liter per minute, and that's what I want. So now I'm going to do my math, which is just going to be 250 times 60 equals 15,000. And on the bottom, I get 5 times 1,000, which is 5,000. And I hope you see that that is going to be 3 what? 3 liters per minute. Okay, if you look at our answer key down here, it should say 3, and it does. Look at that. Okay, so everybody, that's your answers. So now we've done 24 problems. Hopefully you feel comfortable on those. If not, go back, go slowly, try to catch them. But this is a really good thing for you to know. Thank you guys for coming here. Again, hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I've got more for you. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.